Good morning guys, you join me for another weekly vlog. Right now I am going to start some painting. I am still getting stuck into this thing that I want to turn into a to-do list. I think I probably showed you these paintings the other day. I think I may have videoed them in my last vlog, I can't remember. But seeing as I just ended that vlog 2 seconds ago, these little paintings of ranunculus, is that what they're called? I'm very good with flower names. Yeah, focus. Yeah. So I'm going to carry on sort of painting those kind of things. I've got an idea of a very specific layout that I want, so I'm going to really get stuck into several hours of that today. I'm going to put something on the iPad to watch. I'm going to just crack on. I will film that for you though as I can and as I go. I went to the range this morning, went to the gym and then straight to the range, which is literally in the same industrial estate as the gym. Got myself a couple of new paintbrushes. I've got loads of paintbrushes, but as you guys will know if you do any art whatsoever with paintbrushes tend to start to get a little bit frayed around the edges and things, and when I'm doing kind of more detailed stuff I don't want the odd hair sticking out that's got paint on it that will brush onto the paper. So I got, these are my favourite brushes. They're affordable, they're really decent. The only thing is that they do shed their blue cover after they've been in water quite, you know, after a while, not within a day obviously, but I got the size 4 and the size 2. I tend to work when I'm doing detail, do a lot of 000, 000 paintbrushes, so these are going to be really nice for doing floral work. And yeah, I don't think I have these sizes. I have something a lot bigger and then a lot smaller. So I got those, but I also got some more gouache. I needed some more white, so I got a white. These are all Winsor & Newton designers gouache, or gouache. I always say gouache, so. There's a couple of colours that I really struggle to mix, and I'm alright with colour theory, but sometimes my little brain in the middle of a painting can just be like, I just want a colour and I don't know how to mix it. But I got these colours that I want to use for this new collection, and I'm going to adapt them slightly, but they give me a good start without me having to waste a lot of pigment trying to find the shade I want. So a shade I really struggle to mix, which is probably really bad for an artist, but I do struggle with it, is purple, especially with my gouache. I don't know what it is about my gouache. It always ends up coming out quite grubby looking, quite dirty looking, and so I just got a brilliant violet. I actually wanted a different shade to this. I wanted one that was called magenta, but they didn't have any. So this is a more blue toned purple. But it'll do the trick totally for what I want to use it for. I also got a shade called, oh god, my pronunciation of these things, alizarin crimson, which is this little guy right here. And this is a perfect colour for what I was looking at. I've been trying to mix this kind of shade. It's almost the same colour as my lipstick actually. It's like a brownie red, so I wanted that. And then this one got on a bit of a whim. This is Naples yellow, so it looks like this on the packaging, and then it's a very, very, very kind of custardy yellow. It's like a really, yeah, a really whitey yellow, but I really wanted this for kind of mixing, adding more white to it and mixing like a creamy colour. And I'm starting to build up my collection of gouache tubes now. I didn't ever really use gouache tubes at all until recently, other than the white, and I bought a blue. I think I just didn't realise how they would last in the palette. When I squeezed them into my palette, when the colours in my I've got this Canon dash, so bad pronunciation, got this palette, and when my gouache colours run out, I'm starting to replace them with tubes. So it's a bit of a mess. It's a very well loved palette. So this one here, though it looks like you can't really see it, but in there's a little tiny bit of tiniest little bit of blue out of a tube. I didn't realise that it would last so well. Obviously it dries out, but it dries out to the consistency of the little cakes of gouache that you put in these palettes, and of course then you just add water and it's absolutely fine. I didn't have any thought that would be the case. I thought it would just be a waste if I sort of put too much of the tube onto the palette, that I'd have to scrape it off and start again, but you don't. So now when I'm replacing my gouache, I just replace it with tubes. long story short, I'm getting tubes. So I'm going to sit down right now, do a couple of little warm-up rough floral sketches, and then get stuck into some painting, which I should have started a long time ago. But I'm waffling. So let's go, let's paint. Just stopped for a quick, well not a coffee break, I just went and made myself a coffee. It's a bit weird that I've started drinking coffee at the age of almost 39. I think it's really weird. The whole of my life I've hated it, and then literally one day I woke up and I was like, today I fancy coffee. I had it and I've been having it ever since. That's really strange. My lip, honestly, last night I think in my sleep I picked a bit of dry skin on my lip. Look like I've been beaten up. Anyway, progress report. This is what's happening right here. Got some leaves going on. I've got some different things going on here. I'm basically just experimenting, and I'm hoping that somewhere within this experiment comes a final piece that I can use. Yeah, wish me luck, guys. But yeah, I'm so happy with the position on my desk right now. It feels good to have it here with all this light coming in, even on a day like today, which is actually horrendous. I'm going to show you right now. I mean, it is so foggy and so rainy and so disgusting. I mean, look at it. Ain't no point doing anything else but being here painting. It's so windy as well. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to drink my coffee, carry on with my work. My desk is once again an absolute state, but it's all good as long as it's productive. I'm trying to do this piece as a one whole piece, which is always a bit touch and go if I make mistakes, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. Good morning guys, it is Thursday today, and yesterday I had a bit of a bonus day off of work, so I ended up spending the day working on a few bits and bobs that I wanted to paint, and I didn't do anything else but paint because I had a bonus day, so I took advantage of it. And you can see by the rather messy state of my palettes the colours I was using. So what I've been trying to do is to create something. I'm trying to kind of loosen up my style a little bit for the next little batch of stationery that I want to release, not wedding stationery, general stationery. So I painted on some brown paper to start with, just to try and kind of become non-precious about it. If I'm using something that's kind of watercolour paper or just any kind of painting paper that I've paid half decent money for, I get very stiff and conscious of what I'm painting. And then I ended up liking what I had done on the brown paper, so I took that onto another piece of paper. I'm saying it's this way up for now. gonna focus. Not sure if that's focusing at all, but hopefully it is. So I'm doing those things. I'm going to add on the background botanicals today. So you can see on here that I started adding on leaves and things, just really loosely adding on kind of leaves and bits and pieces. So I'm going to start doing that on, I'm going to spend 10 minutes, as I haven't painted yet today, on the brown paper piece, just to kind of get into it, mix my colours. Then I'm going to move on to my kind of final piece and do that. I've got a couple of other ideas that have popped up, so I need to do that, but once I've done an hour or so of painting, I need to go to the printers because my bespoke clients save the dates proof is ready. I don't normally send out physical proofs to clients. I send out a digital proof for spellings and things like that, but just because of the way I'm working with her and the few sort of little tweaks we need to make, mostly because of the colour of the back of her save the date, it's very light grey, I want to make sure that she's happy with how it looks. So I'm going to send her the physical proofs that I pick up today, which I don't normally do. So I'm going to pick those up at lunchtime and then come back, have some food, carry on working. I'm really struggling to kind of decide what, let's put you down a minute, what I am going to work on this afternoon, because I wanted to kind of use this piece as a part of another notepad or something, and maybe some cards. So I need to get the elements painted, scanned, edited and all of that, because if I do want to make a notepad out of that, then I need to get that sent off to the printers I use for my notepads ASAP, because I really would like to do something for Christmas. You're really wonky, aren't you? Sorry. It's not enough to pick you up again. So yeah, but I have other things I need to get done and other things I need to start working on. Also feeling all of the hormones at the moment, which sucks because I just feel so, ugh. Girls, I know you relate, it's crap. Just trying to kind of get on, even though I'm feeling like just want to crawl in a ball and go to sleep. Yeah, so I'm gonna carry on painting for a bit. I'll see how I feel this afternoon. I've got a load of things that I really do need to do. They're top of my to-do list, but they're not, like, I've got a client's table plan I need to start on with the painting. I've got newsletter stuff to do, but I tend to hit a bit of a lull at about 2 o'clock where I should probably do things like my newsletters and stuff rather than paint, but I'll see how I feel anyway. Okay. Hi guys, right, so if you saw, I'm releasing these 2 vlogs yesterday and then this one today, so they're kind of back-to-back vlogs. And I opened yesterday's vlog just by sort of saying that I'm merging some clips together, and I thought I'd just jump on, having just finished work and looking a complete mess. I always choose the best times to get on the camera, but I thought I'd just jump on and say thank you for watching both days. And just a little update, sorry, I'm on a wiggly chair, I need to stop wiggling. Just a little update because I think I mentioned in the intro to the first vlog that I put up, vlog 10, that I'd had a bit of a weird kind of couple of weeks. So just to address that a little bit, I had some problems with some suppliers that I really don't want to go into details because I've always had good results working with these suppliers, but the important part of it all was more of how the result of what happened made me feel, because it was a fault their end, not my end. My end, everything was set up how it was meant to be, everything was absolutely fine, but their end, things didn't come out the way they were meant to, and they called me in to discuss it with them and to get it the way I wanted it, even though what I want is how I sent it off, so that should be how it ends up looking, but it doesn't always work that way. And because I'm a perfectionist, and also because I want my client to get exactly what they want and exactly what we designed together, I ended up feeling very, I suppose I felt like a massive case of imposter syndrome after it all, and like the things I was producing weren't good enough. Sorry, the sun's just come out and that's made me very bright suddenly. Yeah, I felt like I wasn't good enough, wasn't producing good quality work, even though that's complete crap, really. I always think my work isn't good enough, but on this instance it wasn't anything to do with me. If it had been to do with me, I would have gone like, oh my god, okay, I've made a mistake, I need to come home and rectify that mistake and then sort it out. But it definitely wasn't my error. But what it meant for me was, it had such an impact on me, and I find it really interesting how now I've had a good week and a little bit to get over myself. The impact it had on me was so severe. I felt like I shouldn't do this anymore. I shouldn't have Leafing Studio at all. I need to shut the business down. I need to give up because I'm not good enough. And in the 2 years that I've been in business, I've definitely come across some hurdles that have tested me. This one was the biggest one. I think the hurdles I've had before have just been with projects I've been working on just for me, and so that it doesn't have a knock-on effect. But it was just interesting to sort of realise how you can end up feeling at the end of someone else's comments, or I really took it on board and I took it so personally, and I was devastated and got into bed and cried, and then didn't come into my office other than to do client stuff. I didn't work on anything extra, just the client work, because I'd never let my clients down, but I just felt so small. I think small is the right word. I felt so small and just like I'd messed up, even though I hadn't, and I can definitely see now that I hadn't messed up. It wasn't anything to do with me. Anyway, long story short, it's all sorted now, but it scarred me and it made a big impact. But I think if something like that happens again, if I come across this error or this problem again with a supplier, then I think my bounce back rate will be quicker. Anyway, that said, that was that, but that was basically why I didn't vlog or didn't put up any vlogs, because I just basically gave up. I gave up on my blog, I gave up on my business. I was really down for a week, and it literally took me a week, which is an insanely long amount of time, but it happened, and now I am back and I'm feeling a lot better and stronger for it. And it's also helped me kind of put into some kind of logical thing in my mind what I want to do with Leafing Studio and where I want it to go, so that every cloud has a silver lining, right? And that is the silver lining. Okay, so that's that particular piece of information. So other than those things going on, oh, I feel like you're slipping. Other than those things going on, it's literally just been a case of working at the hotel and you're gonna stay there? You're staying there. All the usual stuff. But anyway, you would have seen, I don't know why I'm waffling on, but you would have seen in this video that I was doing some work on some, I've got none of it to hand of course, but some possibly new products. I was hoping before, Joe and I go away tomorrow, which is Monday. We're going for 4 nights. And I was hoping to get something off to my printer, my notepad supplier printer person, to get a new tear-off planner slash notepad thing sorted out, but I just haven't got the time. If I do get it off to them after we get back, I don't know they'll be printed for Christmas, but if they're not, they're not. I've just had to take the pressure off myself because we've got quite a lot going on, which I will tell you guys about. All the other things that are going on or anything that comes up, I'll tell you about in a next vlog. So next week you will not have a studio vlog, but we're going away for a few days, so I'll try and vlog bits and pieces of that. So that'll be just a general kind of normal vlog. Really excited. I have some magazines to read and everything. I haven't bought magazines for so long. I'm really excited. I always used to have Red on subscription. To be honest, there would be no point in me having it on subscription anymore. I just wouldn't get the chance to read it, but I got a copy of Red. This is November's issue. It's insane. Why November? And I also got this one, which I've never had before, so I thought I'd show you. It's called Recharge, and it's got mind, body, lifestyle, travel, nature, creativity. I just thought it was really cute. I mean, you know, it's just so cute. The illustrations inside, I love the paper that they use. It's about people that work on their own businesses, but the patterns on each section though are adorable. It's the lifestyle section. Yeah, I mean, oh, they've got a whole section on connecting with the moon as well in here. So let you know how that goes. So yeah, this is the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Plans for the vlogs coming up are really just more process into products. I've been having a bit of a dilemma in my head about non-wedding products, just regular stationery products, because I want to kind of release things like, for example, that flower thing that I created in this vlog is not going to form one massive collection, but it might make a planner and a notepad or something like that. But I also want to focus on really getting into some sketchbook work again and creating a proper collection. And I hope that's okay with you guys, because I want to release odds and ends of things I create. Sometimes I'll create something that isn't suitable for an entire range, but it's suitable for one product or 2 products. And then sometimes I want to really put my heart and soul into weeks and weeks of work and then produce products that are kind of, there's more things going on, like prints and pads and cards and what have you. But sometimes it will just be one notebook or one card, and you know, I hope that's okay. It's just, A, it's a budget thing, B, it's a time thing, C, it's just a kind of finding my way in business thing. So I hope that's okay with you guys. I just want to take you along with me and release things as and when I can and when I feel like they're good enough. And I hope that next year will be the year that I can invest in a really decent printer, which will mean that I can print my own prints to order. And yeah, anyway, also in my last vlog, vlog 10, this one is vlog 11, but they came out back to back. In vlog 10 I mentioned a discount code for leaflanestudio.com. You can get 10% off of anything you want to order throughout the month of October, so right up until the 31st at midnight you can get 10% off any order. The only thing it doesn't include is actually a wedding collection for your wedding, but you can get 10% off your sample pack for wedding collections, or my unbelievably organised range, can't even say my own product right. Any prints, you can get 10% off of my individual letter paintings. Here they are. You can get 10% off whatever you want on the website, just not wedding stationery. So you just need to use the code YouTube at the checkout, and that should give you 10% off. If you have any problems with that, send me a message. If you do order from me, I'm away from Monday to Friday, so if you do order from me, bear in mind that I won't dispatch until that weekend, unless it's a painting, in which case I won't dispatch until like, you get it, right? I'm gonna go now. Okay guys, have a really good week and I will see you in the next one. Bye.